Good evening and bless you all. It's been a while since I've been on live. We took our little vacation, and of course we've been on the other station with the tape shows tonight. And tonight I got a great guest. My hostess is not here with me this evening. She's at home watching to make sure that I don't blow a gasket or cause anybody any trouble or grief. Those of you who know me, I'm Father Russ, and I want to thank you for following us and keeping with us, not only on the TV shows, but on the internet. It's been a great thing, so that, you know, if you go on the internet, we've had a lot of people respond. We got Street Talk on Facebook, and so again, we've been very pleased, and we're up on YouTube. So the shows have gone all over, and we're going to do a little bit different. I'm going to, before I tell you who my guest is, I just want to set the theme for our next, I guess 13 weeks. I guess how many weeks we have live that we go on, that we'll go over. We're not going to do the standard political stuff that we've done, or get into arguments about Riverside Park or all the city stuff. We might do a show or two on some things, okay? But what we're going to do this season, we've talked about it, Tambria and I, and some other people. We're going to do a focus on family courts. We're going to do information on guardianship and minors and caring about kids, and we're going to talk about termination of parental rights and dealing with the family court. We're going to bring on attorneys, and if you have watched the other station, you'll see my guest, who is right across from me, is Bonnie Rubenstein. And Bonnie was good enough to do 3 shows with me, tape shows, on the process that she's gone through over the last 10 years through family court.
Actually, it's been about 14 years.
Okay,
go back.
So we're going to be talking about those issues, and she's on with me tonight, and we're going to discuss some of that. So this is what the theme is going to be. We think that that's a good thing for not only. My concern is about, we know we go into several of the prisons. We know that we have people, you know, I'm really here, for those of you, I'm really here for the prison population, because most everybody knows, if you don't know and you're just joining in, is I'm an ex-offender from many years ago, and I did time. I did 7 years in institutions twice, a 4-year and a 3-year. Sentence, and was a bad guy in my youth, and hopefully, some people think I haven't changed, but hopefully over the last 30 some odd years I've changed and became Father Carmichael. Some of those people don't even want to call me Father Carmichael, but I don't worry about that either. I just know that I haven't been ordained by a pederast, so I don't I don't worry about that. You know, so this is what has happened, as I'm telling you, Bonnie, and I know you know, and my audience out there. But for those of you who don't know, but that's my background, and we're really here because we believe everybody can change, and by being responsible. So what happened is we had this discussion about women in prisons, women in economic situations of poverty who are struggling, raising their kids. And as you know, I have several cases that have been ongoing in family court where I have been an advocate for individuals. And in the state of Connecticut, that is a difficult process, very different than other states. And I'm going to get into that situation. Okay. So I want to say hello.
Hello.
I'm
very glad to be here. Thank you.
And I want to give a little background, or I want you to give a little background about what your situation was.
And still is.
And still is, if you can.
I'll try to do it kind of in a nutshell, because it has been a long situation. It started off way back when as what I considered to be a very simple divorce, and the divorce wasn't an issue. We both knew, we both wanted out, and we understood that. But along the way, I discovered that my ex-husband was abusing my son. That's when all the trouble started. This is back in '96, '97. My son was 2, 3, 4 years old, saying and repeating things that I couldn't say on this show right now, that a 3-year-old should never know and should never come out of his mouth that his father was doing to him. I went to all of the authorities. I went to the police. I went to his attorney, Attorney Larry Hellam. I went to my attorney, Attorney Cindy George. I went to the doctor. I went to DCF. And none of them actually said it wasn't happening. All they ever told me was, we need more information. My son's attorney said, yes, he has told me privately that his father is hurting him and is abusing him and is kicking him and is locking him up in rooms and is making him do things in private that he doesn't want to do. And the attorney also said to me that, yes, I have talked to his teachers and has substantiated that he is saying the same types of things to them that his father's doing to him. And she testified to this at my trial. I had several attorneys, 5 different psychologists that testified to it. Lawyers came in, police, doctors, because what happened was, when I wasn't getting any help and my son was declining mentally, declining physically, I went to Florida to get some help, because that's where my family lives. No intent to ever leave the state or leave the country, just to go to Florida to get some other help for my child. Mm-hmm. And what happened when I was down there is we found some independent psychologists to do evaluations, and they said the same thing. Yes, this child is being abused by his father. We don't know how severe it is, but it's definitely happening. And we want to all go back to Connecticut, including the psychologist and the lawyer from Florida. They were coming back with me. We made the plans, put safeguards in place for Randy to have proper evaluations done. We were all traveling back, had the plane tickets. And then the GAL entered the picture, Attorney Susan Connolly, and she wouldn't agree.
GAL, now see, yeah. Okay, I want okay, GAL, so that
Guardian ad litem.
Guardian, yeah, right. Okay, we need people who don't know what that means, right? Guardian ad litem entered the picture, mm-hmm. and basically that is a person appointed by the court for the child.
Well, what they're supposed to do is, the child's attorney is supposed to be for the child. The guardian ad litem is actually supposed to collect all the information and just present everything to the court. They're not supposed to be biased, and they're not supposed to be acting as an attorney. Okay,
now see, this is what's going to end up confusing us, and me too, because this is what happens in family court. I'm going through something right now, okay, where the child has an attorney. Okay, so I've been in a situation where I've been a guardian ad litem for somebody who couldn't represent, that needed assistance in dealing with their situation. I did not know. I thought that, this is my perception, and things are different in different courts, that the guardian ad litem was the attorney for the child.
No, see, that's a misconception, which is why you shouldn't be having so much trouble in the courts being a guardian, because a guardian can be a volunteer. Guardian ad litem can be a volunteer, could be a family therapist, can be a counselor. You do not have to be an attorney. The child's attorney obviously has to be an attorney, and they are there to represent what the child wants. The guardian ad